Trust me, if I was to insult you, you would know it. And if I was to pick you up and put you through that announce table over there, you would know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's video, I am going to be explaining my wrestling Rushmore of my top 4 wrestlers that are in my wrestling Rushmore. And if you got wrestling Rushmore wrestlers that you got in your mind, please let me know, or please say them in the comment sections, or even make your own videos of your top 4 wrestlers in your wrestling Rushmore. Me personally, I'm going to have to put as number 1 in my wrestling Rushmore, I got to put Gorgeous George. Gorgeous George is literally the biggest inspiration for professional wrestling, especially for characters that people came up with, especially for things that people had in mind. He inspired Ric Flair, he inspired Muhammad Ali to talk, and there's plenty of a lot of wrestlers that Gorgeous George has inspired. And the best way to explain this is that Gorgeous George was literally the first superstar in professional wrestling. He had so much heat as a heel, and he brought like a feminine wrestler. He was like the first feminine wrestler. Like, could you imagine being so good of a heel and people just hated him, and he would just do like the littlest things and the crowd would get so pissed. In all honesty, I wonder if I could find anywhere on the internet of Gorgeous George's robes. Like, I've seen like pictures of his robes that are like in black and white, but I've never seen like any pictures of his robes at all. And I wonder, like, is there a collection anywhere that you could see them or whatnot? But yeah, I gotta put Gorgeous George as number 1. I'm starting to rant. As number 2 on my wrestling Rushmore, I am putting Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant was so safe and so strong that, as today with wrestlers, where you have signatures and finisher moves, it's absolutely crazy that, but like, you could have the pedigree, right? People say Andre the Giant originally created the pedigree because he did a move that looked kind of like the pedigree. And it's like, Andre the Giant was so freaking strong. He would do regular moves that would be basically considered as finishers in today's wrestling. Like, he would hit you with a pedigree and you would think it would be over, but no, he's got a lot left more for you. He would pick you up and stand on, he would pick you up, he would pull your arms and put your hair on the mat, and he would stand on your hair and pull it. And as a big wrestler, I'm convinced that Andre the Giant is the biggest inspiration, because he's still talked about to this day. He's still like, I don't know how to explain it, but he has a lot of stories. And I think Andre the Giant was awesome because he was so big, and there was just so many unique things about him. How this man could drink 2 cans of beer and he wouldn't have to use the bathroom. Imagine drinking 2 full cans of beer and having no problem. That was Andre the Giant for you. And as number 3 on my wrestling Rushmore, I have to put Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan is probably so inspirational to all these other managers, maybe even Paul Heyman in a way. And I personally think that Bobby Heenan is the greatest wrestling manager of all time. There is nobody that can get in his way. I think Bobby Heenan, because I love 80s wrestling. I love watching Dark Side of the Ring. I love to study old-fashioned wrestling, and I love modern wrestling too. But my heart belongs to 80s wrestling. But yeah, and I love 90s wrestling. We know what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? But yes, as number 2, Andre the Giant has to go on there. All right, and now as number 3, pausing the video. For some reason during that part, I had forgotten what I said about Bobby Heenan. I had forgotten about the whole freaking part. What just happened? But Bobby Heenan is number 3 on my wrestling Rushmore. Okay. With number 4 on my wrestling Rushmore is number 4 as my wrestling Rushmore. It has to be the Macho Man, the Macho Man, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah.
Macho Man!
Macho King. That's the word. Because the Macho Man, he is so inspirational. Like, he has a move, the elbow drop, that is still talked about to this day. Macho Man's promos are still being brought up today. You could look at a meme. You could look at TV. You could look at his promos, and they would still be used. They're still being used today. Hell, even Snap into a Slim Jim is still being used by Slim Jim to this day.
Step into a Slim Jim!
It's absolutely crazy, right? Like, they still play Macho. You can still hear Macho Man's voice in Snap into a Slim Jim to this day, and people still say people still say Snap into a Slim Jim. And as of today, he's still being talked about. If anybody has to say anything about Macho Man, they always got a story to tell when it comes to Macho Man. Like, you could ask literally anybody about Macho Man, and they're always going to tell you a story about it. But yeah, that was my wrestling Rushmore. I really hope y'all enjoyed today's video. And Monday Night Raws in Lexington, man. I'm so happy I made this video. And I am so happy that you clicked on this video. And thank you for watching. Yeah. Man, this rain is getting crazy. But I'm about to go edit this video. Thank y'all for watching the video. Thanks. I'm out.